Good morning, everybody. Hi. Cheers. I don't know why I start every stream with a cheers with a coffee. It's a coffee. Like, it's not like it's a beer or anything. Anyway, I don't know why. When did I start that? I think I've been doing it for a long time. I don't know why I started it. But, oh well. Maybe it's just an excuse to drink. Well, it's still lukewarm anyway. Ugh. I don't mind a cold coffee, like an iced coffee, or even like just a cold coffee or a hot coffee. It's when it's medium, like lukewarm, not so good. Cheers, Michael. Thanks. Wow, you got up early. Did not expect that. How are you all? Yeah. Still recovering from last week. The stream took a lot out of me. We'll get to that. Big day today. Big day. I almost prepared, almost ready. A couple of more things to do, which I can do on my stream, or I can do after my stream, whatever. I don't know, whatever. But I am going to launch RGB Touch and OMGS3 and obviously my OMGUSB boards today on my stream. Gonna let them loose. I'm doing them together, just so you know, not that it matters. In my waitlist, I can see like email addresses in there. I don't see people's names, just email address. And I can see that there are people on both. Some people who are waiting for RGB Touch and for OMGS3. And so I didn't want to release them separately and then have people buy and then have to buy again and do double shipping. Does that make sense? Yeah. Christopher says, first of all, how are you feeling? How am I feeling? I'm relieved after last week. I still don't think that last week I really articulated very well what was going on. We just summarized everything as burnout, which it is. But yeah, I'm actually feeling, I don't know, like I'm really not sleeping well still, obviously. And that's taking its toll just in general. But I'm feeling relieved after talking about it last week. Got a lot of reach out from a lot of people, which thank you. I'm still going through getting back to everyone. There are people that I haven't got back to yet, and I apologize. I will get back to everyone. Obviously, the reaching out and offering help or offering support and everything else, which is fantastic. Doing that with me when I'm in that headspace where I can't communicate well or can't make myself communicate, just makes it harder to get back to everyone. But yeah, it was, thank you very much. I appreciate all the people that reached out to me, sharing their experiences, offering help, or just offering, to listen. Yeah, talking out loud, it helps. It does. As I said, I've been fearing streams for quite a while, like an what's the word? I just lost the word. It's like I lost the word. Doesn't matter. and that, it's like an unreasonable fear, like that's not the word I wanted anyway, of stream day. So I feel like I'm maybe over that hump, right? I'm just, the stream's going to be whatever it's going to be, and yeah, so that's good, I think. Sorry, just weird noises outside. There's also a new tenant moved in next door. I don't know what they do. I don't know what they, like, I've seen them. I've kind of said hi. Haven't had a chance to chat with them yet. So I know I've sidestepped. I will come back to the thing. Whatever they were doing yesterday, they were drilling into the wall opposite me here and banging and smashing, and like it was so noisy. Like, because this is our shared wall. You can't see where I'm pointing. I've got my wall here with you know, all my components up on the shelf and everything. It's there's both sides are shared walls, right? There's a building guy on that side who just uses his factory mainly for storage, but I think that's him outside there now. And then on this side, I don't know what they're going to do. This is the fourth tenant since I've been here. Anyway, I just got sidetracked onto that. We need to restart the stream to see it. To see what? What did we miss? What? No, it's fine. Whatever they were doing, maybe they were hanging shelves or whatever they were doing, it was just a lot of, you know, banging and drilling and whatever. It's pretty thick concrete, but it's like on the wall right here where I'm sitting and working. Anyway, so back to my week. I actually had some orders come through, some reseller orders. They all came through at the same time, and I had a whole bunch of this stuff to do. So like literally for the whole week, like I've just been working non-stop, which isn't kind of, you know, not the, sorry, can you all hear that? I don't know what's going on outside. Oh, maybe they're doing rubbish bin collection. Whatever it is, it's very loud and it's distracting me. So I didn't get a chance to have any rest during the week. It's been pretty full on. Sorry, totally distracted now. And yeah. Breathe. Anyway, so I got all those orders out. I was doing a lot of manufacturing during the week, which was cool. It's, you know, it's not hard. It's just, you know, a lot of time on the line, a lot of manual stuff, but it also, you know, doesn't give me time to sit and stress or think or worry, you know what I mean? So that's also good. Okay, I'm going to say hi to folks in the chat, and then we're going to just continue having a chaotic stream today. Alan, good morning. Dutch Taurus, hello. Yomba Prime, Mr. England, who is in a meeting, so he won't hear that. He'll come back and hear it later. Antonio, hello. Joel42, hi. Yes, my streams are way more important than the Polaris Dawn stuff. Not. Graham, hello. Dishipu, hi. Donny, hello. Beata, howdy, hi. Dave Harris. Photochromax, hello, Max. Peter Homan, hello. Life and Cycling, Intermittent Tech, hey Quindor. David Esser, hi. Christopher Bransdale. Michael, already said hi to. Well, gone backwards. Hey Julian, how you doing? Just angling for a hello. Hello Julian, how are you? Bruce, hi. Embedded Hobbyist, hello. Rick, hello. Have I got everyone? I might have everyone. If I've missed anyone, I apologise. Yeah, no, I think I got everyone. Cool. So, yeah. I want to start off with, did you all know that black hot glue sticks was a thing? I did not know. Hey, Pro Engineer. Hey, Matt. I did not know. So I got myself a new hot glue gun because my old one was pretty crap. I got a Topix. I was looking at all of the battery powered ones. Hello, sad tuner. Oh, poor tuner. I was looking at, you can get battery operator ones now, 12 volt ones and whatever. And I thought that would have been much better than a wired one. But the problem is they're all really low wattage, so they take a long time to heat up. And then they only last, the batteries last like 20 minutes or something, apparently. And the reviews are hit and miss. Like there are as many 5-star reviews as there are 1-star reviews. So I got myself just a good normal one, 100 watt. I don't believe it's 100 watt. It says 100 watt, but it heats up twice as fast as my old one, which is great because my old one was really slow. And it's got a much better pulling mechanism, but it still takes too long to heat up, I think. Hey, tinkering tech. But I found black glue sticks. Someone suggested this, and I didn't believe it, but I found them. I got these ones off Amazon. Apparently, their black glue sticks are really hit and miss. My RGB hot glue gun takes fully 5 minutes to. Yeah, like I saw that, and I've got like most of my power tools are Makita, and Makita have like an 18 volt one, which is really expensive, but uses the 18 volt battery, and that also takes ages to warm up. I just don't understand it because the melting temperature for the glue is not that high, and I don't know, maybe it's a safety thing. I'm not sure. Yeah, Ryobi has, Bosch have, the Bosch glue gun actually looked really good, but it was like $90 or something. This was 35 bucks. I liked it because it didn't just have this stand, which I find these stands are useless. I'll explain what I'm doing with them in a moment. And this is actually quite clever, and it comes off. This is a much better way. You can put it down, and you can grab it easily, and it's very stable. And I found that these things, they can slip, and I don't like it when you put it down and the nozzle's pointing like at the desk like this, because it drips. So I like this, and it came highly recommended. But the black glue sticks are wicked. So I was using, I bought a bunch of this actually. Highly recommend you don't buy it. It's liquid insulating rubber coat. It's like a caulking. It's a caulking thing, right? You all know what caulking material is. You know, you'll see it with on cables that plug into connectors, and you'll see that white, it looks like glue, gooey stuff. It doesn't ever go hard, and you can pull it apart if you need to, and it'll break it, but it's not like hot glue that goes solid. It's designed to keep cables in connectors, right? So this is kind of what this is, but it's black, and they call it like liquid electrical tape. It's not runny. It's actually quite thick. It's too thick to use, which is a bit disappointing, but it is toxic. It honestly is. I'm not going to pull the lid off. It not only does it have a smell, bad smell. Well, not bad as in, it's not an unpleasant smell. It's really strong. But I had migraine level headaches after being around it for 20 minutes. It was insane, and I had to stop using it. And I bought a bunch of it, unfortunately. I got a 3-pack of it. I want Xmas cards from Max. What? What are we talking about? Cook in stops the wine being out. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about. Black hot glue sticks are often used by carpenters to patch up imperfections. So I didn't know that. I didn't know. Yeah, I've seen the sticks with glitter, and you get all different coloured ones and all whatever. I kind of saw that was a thing. I thought it was quite gimmicky. And there were people reporting the black ones that they look black, but when they heat up and you use them, they're like a transparent black. They're just like a tinted They turn it into a tinted clear. Right, you're talking about, yeah, with the glitter ones. The glitter ones actually look really cool. So I was using this in my RGB Touch Mini to just over the, so the speaker's soldered directly to the PCB. The wires are soldered to the PCB because I could not get, so these are the, oh, look at all these speakers. These are the speakers I'm using. We're not having a discussion on what they are or where I get them from or anything. It's a hidden secret. No, it's not really. These are the speakers I'm using. And the problem is the cables are too long. I mean, the cables are longer than the RGB Touch, right? And I spoke to the guy who makes the company that make them, right? They're not like a thing you can buy from anyone, buy directly from the company. And he did offer to make me some that have a shorter cable, but the cable was still too long, and it put the connector, it uses a 1.25mm pitch connector, like a Pico blade. It put the connector in a really bad spot on the board. Otherwise the cable was just hanging out and would get caught or interfere with the touch area. So I caved and I cut all of the cables and I hand solder the wires down. And which works perfectly fine, except if you open one of these up to put a battery in, then it's possible that you can knock those wires and break them off the solder pads or whatever, right? They're quite thin wires. And so I wanted to put caulking on them just to protect them, which is what I bought this stuff for. And there are a whole bunch of my boards that are using this to caulk, and it works really well, but oh my God, it is toxic, absolutely toxic. So while I was looking for an alternative thing that I could use, someone suggested, why don't you just hot glue it? And I thought, oh, hot gluing it? Why? Like, I haven't used my hot glue gun in forever. What a clever idea. And then someone else said, yeah, you just, why don't you get some black hot glue? And I'm going, what? It's a thing, and I love it. And I bought a whole bunch of it. Yeah, it's like licorice. No, not really. Don't recommend, don't eat it. You didn't see that here. If anyone eats black hot glue and then gets sick from it, don't blame me, okay? It wasn't me. You can't sue me. So I've moved over doing it with the hot glue and doing it with the gun, and it's so much better and so much faster, and it looks neater, and it's not toxic. I tried finding UV cured glue. The problem is, firstly, I wanted black, and I needed something that was easy to apply. I couldn't put a massive amount on there. It's got to be low, and it's got to be, like once I apply it, I need to be able to either push it down or, yeah. So I needed something, yeah. I needed something that didn't have such a big opening on the end. And so the only UV cured glue stuff that I could find was, again, in one of those, these type of, squeeze that comes out the end, like toothpaste, right? Big opening. And I needed something that was much smaller. And that is a perfect size. And it works really well. Anyway, hope they don't use carbon back for the color. I don't know what they use. But the devices are working great with them on there. And they're much more secure than if I didn't do it. So, yeah, I'm gonna put this away before I knock it off the table. So that was a really cool purchase, and that solved that problem. Stainless, what this does, hot melt, also in glitter, and made in yellow color. Okay. So the plan, I've got a list of things I need to get done today. It's not a big list, it's actually a really easy list. I can strike that one off as done. Yay. So the smelly boards are a limited edition. No, it doesn't smell. Once it's dry, it doesn't smell. It smells out of the tube. And it really smells. So it's got no smell at all. Can't smell it now. But it's just using it was a problem. And I was wearing a mask, and it was just full on. It gave me the worst headache. It was insane. So I'm glad that that's not happening anymore. Okay, I don't know where to start or what. Yeah, I know I need to. That's, oh my god! Okay. That is. Let's just do this. You don't need to see me push stuff from a repo, right? Wrong kind of mask. No, it was probably the wrong kind of mask. I don't know. It was just one of the, you know, what are they called? The kitchen is full of what? As in real, like moving alive slugs? Why? Are you serious? Not worms, but slugs. Real, actual slugs. Someone leaves some food out. Oh. You don't need to see me push stuff to a repository, do you? Oh, not slugs for dinner. Yuck. Escargot. No, that's snails. Isn't that snails? What? Oh no. Try that again. I expect to make a repositories ASP32S3. Yeah, I've got stuff there to push. They come in when it rains. Yeah, but full of slugs? Like how many slugs? If they're coming in from the rain, like is it a family of slugs? Is it like a community? Is it a nation of slugs? Chop them up, mix them with mushrooms, and you know... Oh. That's vulgar. Yuck. 4. 4. 4 is... They're either really big slugs. 4 slugs. Come on. That's not full of slugs. That's not even an entree. That's barely a snack. Okay, I've got my carrier board and step files. Git add. You can't even see what I'm doing. This is like, I don't even know why I'm doing this on my stream, like now. Okay, git commit -m added carrier KiCad.
Cian, Chad has disconnected.
Okay, gonna be one of those days. Step files for USB and OMG carrier. Did I spell that right? No. An OMG carrier project add a step file. Okay, git push. Da. Yay. Okay, and then this is my RGB Touch repo. So my repository is live. I've been using the Git the right way for a long time. Still don't like it though. Where is... I've lost my... unexpected maker, GitHub, repositories, subpositories, no, repositories. So I put a whole bunch of stuff for RGB Touch in GitHub. That's the link. So I've got so mini. I've got firmware for, there's the shipping code base that comes on the device. There's the Platform IO project, and there's also the tic-tac-toe, which is the multiplayer example. Sub POSIX G. What? Ugh. Apparently a lot of slugs. It's called a cornucopia. Really? Anyway, and I've also put the step and STL file for the battery expansion, like the large battery case, with some instructions on how to print it if you want to print it yourself. But you're going to have to then supply your own screws for it. No, there's no Maxi or Omega. There might be an RGB Touch, like a non-mini version. There might be. And then there's also going to be, eventually, be the wall, or the tileable one, which would be different. Anyway, I've got some PCBs on the way at the moment that I think they're coming Thursday, maybe? Thursday or Friday. Trying out a different way of doing touch, as in a different IC. Something I've had to write my own driver for, which I can't even test until I get this PCB so I can put a chip down. Anyway, so this is the repo, but what I want to do is add a list of pin mappings to a README. For those that want to code on it, so they know what pins are what I/O is what. So we should do that now. And before you ask, yes, I could just upload the schematic, and I might eventually, but not right this moment because it needs some cleanup. It needs a lot of cleanup. I'm getting there, but it's not ready for me to do that. But in the meantime, I'm going to put the I/O mapping on, which shouldn't take me too long. Or I can do that later. I don't know. Don't know where to start. Let's go IO 7, which is the IMU interrupt. Oh my god. See, I can't even type. Maybe it's a bad idea to do. IO 8 is the I2C. SDA 09 is I2C SCL. I'm not using these, but I feel like I should put them on, but in case someone else wants to use them, but I might remove them later. But anyway, this one is the row interrupt. IO16, the column interrupt. 17 is VBAT. VBAT sense. IO21 is the power shutdown. See, how boring is this, really? It won't take me long. Clock in VBus sense. That's a good question. I'm gonna have to look in the source. VBus sense 48. 48. Put down here IO 48. bus sense. That is no longer there. IO34 is the O2S amp. Select pin. IO35 is the I2S amp data pin. 36. Wait, yeah. I2S amp B clock. And IO37 is the I2S amp LR clock. Oh, I keep forgetting to hit the tab again. Taking the interlude to make a latte. And then IO38 is the LED matrix power. And IO39 is LED matrix data. Ooh. Okay, and then there you go. See, that wasn't bad. Ian, hello Ian. Been hours poring over an API, finally got it working. Well, if you stopped pouring beer all over the API, it might have worked earlier. No, well done. Okay, there we go. IO mapping list. That's enough. Is that like... So, I don't mention... LIS3DH. That's the IMU I'm using. And these are MPL121. Oops. That is ADC via voltage divider, power shutdown. This is a max, not that it matters, but 98357A. And this is 12 by 12 WS2812B. Well, they're not, but they're actually SK6805. I should put that there. Okay. Over time, more projects. Wow, can't spell, can't write. Will be added, including the simplest starting up. Soon. Cool. Okay, so that's that. That's the only thing I've got to push on that. Commit. Firmware readme. Hit push. Ouch. Push. Done. Okay, so they're 2 tasks off my list, and I'm running out of tasks. Done. Done. Did you add some tonic? What? Okay, so they're done. So I guess all I need to do is add stock. Now, what I need to talk about first is with my RGB Touch, there are two versions. They're identical. They're identical.
Disk says no, it's not done.
What's not done? Oh no, there's lots to do still on that, but I'm talking about what's on my those things on my task list, or is there something else? What's not done? Okay, so there are two. I currently have two revisions of my RGB Touch, and they look identical. There's a P3, which is my original production version, and a P4. And there are a couple of slight differences between them, but they're functionality-wise, they're identical. So the P3, the little feet that stick down at the bottom, which you can kind of see there, right? That sits on the table. They are 1mm longer than the P4. Really doesn't matter, but if you put them next to each other, it's a little bit thinner. And the P3, the top is glued into place. So if you unscrew the back, the top is glued to the case, right? And it has a slightly smaller pocket for a battery to be put in if you want to add a battery. Where the P4 is not glued to the case, it's using new surface mount standoffs. So when you unscrew, there are 5 screws instead of 4. Both halves can come apart. And I'll pull one apart. I'll pull both apart in a moment to show you how to get them apart. Because the diffusers in the middle do kind of want to hold the PCBs together, and you've got to be careful not to. You can't just rip the back off, whatever. This version has a slightly bigger pocket for a battery. Other than that, they're absolutely identical in every other way. Functionality, usability, whatever else. I've got 11 of the P3s, and I've got, then obviously my P4s are my continuing one that I'm manufacturing now. I'm just letting you know this because there are two slight differences. And so if you do order an RGB Touch when I add stock, if you have it, like if you don't mind having a P3 that's tops glued in, then like maybe add a note or something. I don't know. I don't want to. What I won't do is if someone orders multiple, like I know there's a few people that want to order a few. Hey Alex, like watching paint dry. Then again, someone made a 10-hour movie of paint drying. Sorry. I won't ship 2 different types to one person, but I'm just letting you all know, because like if you get a P3 now and if you order another one down the line and it's a P4, I just want, I guess, people to understand the difference. Yeah, if that makes sense. And then the battery, large battery add-on works on both of them. So there's 4 screws on the back. Yeah, the battery expansion works on both. There are 4 screws on the back, and on the P4 there's 5 screws. You leave the 5th screw, this one here, you leave that one in there and you just replace the 4 corners. You take those 4 corners out, you put this on, and you use the longer screws that come in the pack. So in the pack for the battery, as you would have seen here, it comes with 4 10mm screws, and it comes with a 1.25 to 2mm adapter, because the bigger batteries tend to have the 2mm, the JST PH connector, and the smaller batteries have the 1.25. So the connector on the board is a 1.25, so I ship it with an adapter as well. And then on the P3, there's just the 4 screws that you unscrew and you put it together. So otherwise, yeah, they're the same. but I'm just full transparency. I'm just letting people know that you may get one or you might get the other. And if for whatever reason, if you have an absolute aversion to one or the other, whatever, just there's a comment section on the order page. Just say, I don't want this, or I don't want that, or I want this, whatever. And I will respect that until I'm out of P3s. I've only got 11 of them, as I said. Yeah. And put this one back in its... Actually, I won't yet. So what I might do... Where's my thing gone? Okay. I might... So... It's not very bright. Can I get some more light? Oh, now I've got a hot spot, but that might work. Okay. I'm going to open up a P... Start with the P3. Now, really important with both of them, I'm going to do a proper... Hey Kevin, I'm going to do a proper video for the product page. I've actually got a website I've started working on. It's not ready yet. RGB Touch website. Max gonna leave. Okay, catch you later. Thanks for joining. Oh, YouTube, go away. With both of these, you need to be careful when you're screwing and unscrewing the screws, okay? They're both of them use M2.5 size screws, and they're 5mm in length, and you must not over tighten them. Full stop. I can't stress that enough. This is they use a 1.5mm hex. Need to check the chat. We're all drinking IPA and methanol. Would you like to join us? It's a bit early in the morning for me to be drinking IPA or methanol. I don't know what talk to what. I don't have one of those devices that let me do that. When I screw them together, as soon as I feel what's it called? Resistance, I stop. Torque till it feels right. Yeah, not tight. Not tight. Because on these ones, you can dislodge the insert nuts. The one that's glued in uses insert nuts, and then on this one you can actually break the SMT nuts off the PCB. And ask me how I know that. Oh, right, okay. I missed the joke. I apologize. Hey, Loki. Yeah, how do I know that? Okay, so I've unscrewed these four on this one. Right, this is the P3. And so the P3 has... the lighting is just not good. Hang on, let me see if I can fix... If I can get some more light. Aziz, light! I can't see the buttons. Where are the buttons? Right, okay. No. That's gonna make slow hand. Okay, maybe that's okay. Okay, we'll try this. Is that a bit better? Maybe I'll get a bit closer. Okay, maybe that's better. So the P3 has got a notch in the middle to lift. The notch on the side is for the battery cable to come through if you're using the large battery add-on. But you just take a flat screwdriver, a small flat screwdriver in here, and you just gently lift it up, the back out. And you might have to grab it from the sides as well, because, as I said, you'll see in a moment, the diffusers not only go into the holes, but they also click into the LED side. So that's clicked in. So when you're pulling the back off, and the only reason you need to pull the back off is if you want to put a battery inside here. There's a battery connector there. The cable has to go over and like flip over, and then you get a small battery in there. And you can get a small battery in there. That's the wrong side battery. They're all down there. It's not a big battery, but you can get a battery in there. So yeah, when you pull it apart, when you're taking this off, there's going to be a bit of resistance because these are going to be on the LEDs and they're going to be in the holes. But it will come, just be gentle, and it will come off. Right? And then you can either, as I said, you can do the battery connector here. The other difference between the two models is the connectors are in different places. You'll see that in a moment. But anyway, that's how you get that apart. And then there's a little lip here. So when you're putting it back in, gently get it under the lip. Hold it up, get it under the lip, and then put it down. And you'll need to go like this to click it together, because again, the diffusers have to click into both sides. So there's zero like leakage between them. All right? And then you can just grab your screws and gently screw them back on. As soon as I feel any type of resistance, I stop. Because there's enough holding everything together. It will not fall apart. There's no advantage tightening the screws super tight. As I said, I'll do a proper video showing how to open it, how to install the battery, and how to install the actual large battery add-on. It's on my list of things to do. More aesthetic if you use two colors. Two colors for the case? What do you mean two colors for the case? More aesthetic. Sorry, I don't know what you mean. As in not black, black with black. Okay, this one is the same again, except there's 5 screws. Black with slightly blacker black. Oh, I wish I could get slightly blacker black. There is no top and bottom. What do you mean? You mean the PCBs? The case is all one piece. I don't understand what you mean, Dave, sorry. Can you explain a bit? The case is one piece. There is no top and bottom. It's a single piece. There's a PCB on top and a PCB on the bottom. The bottom PCB is the LED PCB. The top PCB is the touch PCB. The P4 only has the notch on the side where the battery comes through. It's a slightly bigger one. Alright, so you just get that up. Oops, dropped it. And here's an example again where it the resistance of the diffusers is kind of holding it together. Right? But unlike the other one, this, so you can see they're stuck in there. They're not coming apart, but now they will. And so this will actually come apart. See that? Because the top's no longer glued. So you have to be careful that you don't rip the speaker cable. Now I'll let that fall out. You can get the back off without letting the top fall out. I'll let it fall out just to show you that it all comes apart now. It's no longer stuck together. So you'll notice straight away that the battery connector is now on the battery side, facing towards the battery, and the speaker is over here. And you can see it's been corked. This is the ones that were corked. And this one has a screw between the two pins and doesn't have the lip anymore on the side. So I didn't mean to pull all these off, but anyway. They just slot in, right? It's all very, not overly technical. So your battery connector goes in there, and you can either fit a battery in there. Let's move those out of the way. This is an example battery that like that. I should have obviously plug it in first. Yeah, I don't want it to contrast. I want it to look. I'd like it to blend in so you can't tell the difference between the two. Personally, when you put these back in, that'll hold the battery in place anyway, so the battery won't slide out. I didn't plug it in, but that plugs into there. So that's a 5 by 25 by 30 battery. You can get a 6 in here, 6mm high battery. Yeah, that's like what's inside the tiny watch. And it actually lasts quite a while. So I'm just going to take the battery out. Unfortunately, I cannot ship with batteries. If I could ship with batteries, every unit would come with a battery pre-installed. But I'm not allowed to ship batteries anywhere around the world. And I don't understand how things are sold with batteries in them. Because, yeah. Okay, that just, oops, sorry. So again, when you're putting this in, just because of the pogos that need to make contact, just make sure you're up on an angle, right, like this, to get the buttons in on the side, and then it just, again, drops down flat. And, hey John, yeah, ignoring the rules, I can't afford to do that. I can't afford to get stopped by US Customs because of the batteries and then get blacklisted. So this one, obviously, you got to remember that the top can fall out again. So yeah, hold it flat on the table and then just, yeah, screw it back together gently. You should only ever have to open this up once though. Hey Illuminator, if you want to put a battery in it. Or if you want to put a connector to go to a bigger battery that sits outside. If you do, you just feed it through here, through this slot, and there's a matching slot on the large case, right? So the battery goes through there and sits between the two. I don't know how I'm going to video this easily. I have to set myself up a better top-down view. There was only a way to get stream notifications. Yeah, if only YouTube actually sent out the notifications properly. Although I do post about it on Twitter, and I post about it on my Discord, and on Facebook. So if you're on any of those, you should see. Yeah, Dave, I want it, like, I would prefer this was, you couldn't tell the difference. I would want this to be seamless. But I have experimented with a non-textured face here. Here's a non-textured one. But I actually don't think that looks as good. Now let me just grab a PCB. So if I grab put it the right way, I don't think that looks as good because there's texture on the PCB. I know the texture is not the same, but there is texture on the PCB, and putting it next to a smooth surface makes it actually stand out more, you see? Which I like less. Got a bunch of coin cells from China, and they arrived carefully wrapped in alfoil. Oh really? To hide them from scanners, wrapped with nothing between them and the foil. Dead flat. Wow. Yeah, that's what happens when you buy. Did you buy them from AliExpress? I've had. Yeah. So I bought. Oh my god. The oh my god. So aluminium extrusion, and you can get the strips of, I can't remember what they're called. They're like little. They're plastic things that you can put down the slot to fill the slot up, right? So it plugs the whole slot and it makes it all flat. So you can't get bits in. Like I've got it all over the exposed extrusion on my mill, so you don't get bits of metal and stuff inside the slot. And so I ordered a stack of them, right? And so the guy that shipped them rolled them all up in circles and squeezed them in a box. They're now all permanently bent out of shape and twisted. Like they're supposed to be straight to slot in, and to save space, he destroyed them all. Anyway, are you going to sell it without 3D print bits, or will it be fully assembled? It's fully assembled. It's fully assembled. So the P3 ones, they're glued in.
HMS says, meetings done and caught up.
Yay! Yay! Batteries from China, no idea how they got through. Yeah, I don't understand it either, but I can't risk it. No, these come as an assembled thing. The P4s, as you just saw, can be disassembled out of the case. So look, I could put the case file online if people wanted to print their own. But it ships as a complete unit. I'm not selling them as bits. No. Yeah, it comes fully assembled. So I'm just going to put this back so I don't break it or lose it. Okay. So that's those. Okay, well, I also use them on my 3D printer my mill. Yeah, they're awesome. They're really, really good. And the ones I got from LDO as part of the kit for my mill, they came in a box and they were straight. These, they're twisted out of shape. Like, you know how you get a hose? Like they're 1 meter lengths. You know how you wrap a hose around your arm, right, to coil it up? That's what he must have done. Like, they're just, yeah, it was so frustrating. Like, when you buy things off people that don't know what they are or how they're used, like batteries in foil, then you get really bad things happen. Okay, I guess I just should add them on my store, shouldn't I? I should get this over and done with. Bit nervous. You know, I never know what people are gonna... Hey, Cable Tie. Good morning. Okay, stuff it, I'm gonna do it. How many have I got? 11, 10, 15, 20... Oh, I might start off with... I might just put 30 on my store. I don't know, I can put more, but let's start off with 30 and see what happens. So I'm adding stock now. Those of you that are on the wait list will should get an email notification in 10 minutes. Okay, I did it. Ouch. Now I need to go to products, OMGS3. I can't show you me doing this on the interface because then you'd see my whole e-commerce backend, which is not great. And I'm going to put 100. and my OMG USB. I don't know, how many did I make? Put 50. I can't remember how many I made. As if Thundering Herd. Yeah, I doubt it very much. Not gonna be that many people buying. I doubt it very much. Okay, well, okay, it's sent out the emails for RGB Touch. It hasn't sent the emails for the OMGS3 yet. Okay, I don't know how that adds them in a queue or not. So is this how Apple does it? I doubt it very much. Touch me, yeah. So RGB Touch and OMGS3 and the OMG USB. So now, if I go to my shop, they're marked as soon. Okay, I need to fix that. They're still marked as soon. Hang on. See, they're marked as soon. That's not correct. So, products. OMGS3. That actually should be new. And this one should also be new. It's annoying it doesn't do that automatically. And RGB Touch Mini, edit, new. I heard an email ping. Still show soon. Oh, there we go, new. Takes a while for them to kick in. Oh, Feather S3. I forgot to add stock. Wow. I'm really not up with my stock maintenance, stock management. Oh, 3 pings. I'm too scared to look. Manage stock quantity. Okay, that should be now back in stock. Okay, what did I miss in chat?
HMS says grab them quick. Stock is dropping fast.
No, I doubt it. Cool. Thanks to everyone that's bought one so far. Mr. England, you ordered too many. Just saying. Okay. Wow, that was whatever happened to Otis? Otis is sitting over there. Otis needs a redesign, a planned redesign, which I just can't get to. I just don't have the brain capacity for at the moment. You indeed made a typo with git commit. You typed git commit. Oh, where did I do that? Oh, you're right. Wow, thank you. Added pin mapping to the firm. You are correct. Now it's pushed. Thank you. And thanks, Life in Cycling, for pointing that out before. Wait, how many in stock? How many left in stock? I'm not looking at the orders, quantities. 22 available in stock. Otis is sleeping. I put a small quantity breakdown for multiple units. So now that that's out, I need to now get some more examples on GitHub and get MicroPython and CircuitPython. I'll start with CircuitPython examples because I haven't got. I'm gonna have to make custom firmware, and for MicroPython, I'm gonna have to like host myself because getting PRs added to MicroPython is very slow. Hey, was that a MicroPython flying circus reference? A what? A MicroPython flying? I know what the flying circus here. Python, but MicroPython. Missed the connection on that one. My keyboard, yeah, my fingers, my brain. I always do the TEH instead of THE for the, and Git, I've started doing GTI because I'm just bad coder, bad typer, bad everything. Bad all around. Oh, I should reorder these, shouldn't I? Okay, let's reorder that page. Let's... I'm just reordering, putting new things newer. Does that make sense? New things newer. New things at the top. Which one more I'm looking for? So is the storage shield. Right. And the front page, that should be there. And the FeatherOS3. I'll refresh it in a moment. See the changes. FeatherOS3 Neo. Where's my FeatherOS3 Neo? Oh, there you are. Oh, and why is that there? So I'm talking to myself. Don't worry. Okay, so no. I wonder how long it takes. There we go. Good. Okay. Because here's my favorite sketch. I'm dead parrot. Copy second. CircuitPython is, well, yes, they do updates, more updates more often, but smaller updates, and features, you're gonna be, yeah, CircuitPython, you can't really say it's got more features because they're different. There's a lot of things CircuitPython doesn't have that MicroPython's got. Like access to all the peripherals at a low level, which CircuitPython obfuscates you from, and the way you develop on them is different. But at the end of the day, they're both ways of using Python are embedded, and so you know, different projects have different requirements. But I've already got, yeah, it's what's the best task needed. I mean, MicroPython is, you know, CircuitPython gets used a lot more by people new to Python embedded, and to electronics and stuff like that in general, microcontrollers in general. MicroPython gets used a lot more by, like, it's used in industry. It's, you know, it's used for commercial products and stuff like that. So it just really depends on what you need. But I do actually have, one sec, I'm just gonna, because I don't know if, oh, maybe, okay. Expected maker. So, yeah, so there is a version of CircuitPython already for OMG, or OMGS3 ships with CircuitPython on it, RGB Touch, or it's one of the alphas. But I don't have a library yet for using the peripherals, right? I mean, there is they would have a library for the NPR 121, for the touch, and obviously they've got libraries and support for LED matrix and stuff, and for the amplifier and IMU. So all the stuff is there, but there isn't, I haven't built an actual RGB Touch library that you would use to talk to it all together, and that's my plan. Build a library and then, you know, put some examples together, and the same with Python, MicroPython, that I'll build a library and do the same thing. But I'm going to have to host I've got a MicroPython build for it. I'm going to have to host that myself on GitHub until it's PR'd and been merged and stuff. And I did just get GitHub repository. So I got a PR merged the other day, closed. So my OMGS3 has been added, so that'll be in the next Arduino update. You'll be able to select OMGS3 from the boards list. But for the moment, you can just use Nano S3 or Tiny S3. It doesn't really matter. Well, so the difference is, though, that the OMGS3 has different pins. I should just point this out. I didn't actually specify on the pinout sheet which pins are for SPI, for instance. I2C I did, because there's an I2C fuel gauge on here. But normally on my boards, I pre-mark certain I/O as SPI. I didn't on the OMGS3, and turns out I probably should have, because Arduino still has that legacy stuff where you specify what the pins are, and libraries will pull those by default. If you don't pass in what they are, right? And so I have to update the pinout card, because I did actually specify here. So there's SDA, SCL, but I did actually pick pins for SPI. So I will update the pinout card. The cards that come in the bags won't have it, but the card that I have on the store, I'll update this to show which ones they are. Are you going to make more bling boards? Targeted advertising in order confirmation emails works impeccably. What? Targeted advertising in order confirmation emails. I don't know what that means. Targeted advertising. Okay, I'm not sure what that means. Yeah, I just sold out of blings. I made a batch of blings the other week. And I had one order where someone bought 6 of them, and then 2 orders where someone bought 4. Same person bought 4 and then bought another 4 like a week later. So like I built, I don't know, 16 of them, and they all lasted like 2 weeks. So I have to build some more. I need to get more LEDs. I'm out of LEDs. And the company I buy them from don't have any stock at the moment. So I might have to move them to a different 1x1mm LED. Was advertised in the order confirmation email. Advertised in it. Oh, what you mean as a related product? Like I've got, like if you look here, there's like on my OMGS3, there's these related products. Maybe, is it that it showed? So I don't have any related products here. Okay, I mean that's probably a tick box I've got somewhere set up. You're all out of bling, LEDs are bling. You also, okay, it's probably a setting somewhere on the e-commerce stuff. It's not something I specifically set up. It's maybe just something that I don't know, maybe it's ticked on by default. I don't get confirmation emails like that, right? So I don't get the emails that you receive, so I don't really know what they look like, other than when I originally set it up and bought stuff on the store to make sure that it worked. So I'm using Equid for my e-commerce, which it's pretty cool. It's I just want to get to normal Equid. I don't want to go to my dashboard. Right, so I'm using like this Equid, which is actually, it's I found it by fluke actually. Oh, what is all of that? I don't want all of source stuff. Anyway, and it's a pretty cool e-commerce solution, I have to say. Powerful and feature rich, but it does have some quirky things. But yeah, I didn't even know it did that, so sorry. It's going to be, yeah, it's going to be maybe a couple of weeks at least until I've got bling back in stock. Sorry. Yeah, I'm waiting to hear back from the LED supplier, or I'm going to have to change LEDs, and then I'm going to have to do some tests with them to make sure everything's fine. So yeah, it could be a couple of weeks. And for the moment, I'm probably just going to focus on building up stock of RGB Touch. You just purchased a pair of fishnet stockings. You made like our cement mixer. Yeah, I don't think, it's obviously only going to pull products out of my own product range, but I don't know. Hang on 1 second. Maybe your code is crashing. Does it work? So there's a discussion going on in my Featherist 2 Neo channel on Discord. Some folks there are trying to help, but I'm currently streaming, so and to help more. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I just didn't even know it did it, Kevin. So like it's kind of cool that it does it. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm out of stuff. It's been a pretty full-on sprint to get to this point. And I'm excited to see what people do with these and what they think. I'd love feedback, good and bad, I guess. Okay, cool. Yeah, as soon as I add more stock, you'll get emailed about that. Yeah, I'm curious to see what people do. I've got more ideas of things to do, and I didn't show you this the other week. So cable tie, I'm not sure if he's still there or not. And I'm totally aware how long I've had this for, cable tie. Totally aware, and I have not had a chance to get to it. So cable tie works at Advatech. I hope I'm allowed to show this. At Advatech. And they make DMX lighting products. And this is one of their products. This is a 4-port. So this is for like full-on lighting solutions, like, big lighting installations and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, they got all sorts of clients, and so like that's one of their things. You're driving, so you can't see what I'm doing. Hope you're not watching video. And so this, he lent me this and a whole bunch of 12-volt RGB LEDs because I built I've got a version of firmware which I haven't yet. Hey Chris, yes, I don't know much about DMX. So I've got a version of firmware that talks SACN, which is the Wi-Fi variant of, or the wireless variant of the DMX protocol. And I have like device to device talking that, which means technically I can talk, although when it's talking device to device, it's not sending the data that it would normally send to a lighting array, right? It's sending my own encoded data inside that format. But so cable tie lent me this stuff so I could actually get it to talk to this via SACN to DMX, which is the same, not the same, but you know what I mean? Anyway. So people could control lighting stuff. This would basically be a touch interface as a DMX control. Hey Yuzzy, what are you talking about? As I just looked on, wondering why you're showing everyone one of those old credit card machines that needed carbon paper. You talking about that? Oh my god, those machines. They were the worst. You could also make it interface. Yes, I know. Well, WLED also does SACN, sorry. So yeah, I'm aware of that. Lots of things you could do. Anyway, so I haven't forgotten cable tie.
Chad has disconnected.
Sorry, it's reconnected. So that chat conversation is still going in Discord. So I'm going to get to that. I'm curious to be able to control DMX through it. But there's so many things. I also want to get a HID example going. A lot of ideas I've got from a firmware point of view that is either a little bit of stuff like I can build a template other people can leverage from or whatever. I just need to find time to do it. Typical Xeon, a lot of things on. SM. No. Well, I don't even know if SACN has support for that. I'm not sure. But I'm just going to do. I just want to have a basic project there that other people can use if they want to, right? A starting point. I don't do anything with DMX or ACN, SACN stuff. Like I have no specific need for it myself. But if I could have a jumping off point, firmware as a jumping off point for people to use if they want to do it, then yeah, and that they can kind of run with it from there. Can't talk. And the Advotech stuff's really nice hardware. Very commercial hardware. Your hardware is also very nice, Intimate Tech. And not saying it's not commercial, but you know what I mean, different. Like yeah. Okay, well, I don't know what else to say. This is all I've been focusing on for the last week. Well, MIDI's not easy to implement if you have no MIDI devices to test it. So I'm hoping that someone who does have MIDI devices that wants to play with MIDI can do MIDI. I mean, you can do BLE MIDI with this, or you could do USB-based MIDI. Can you mention? Oh, I totally forgot about this afternoon. So I'm going to an event this afternoon. I'm dragging myself out of the factory and making myself go spend time with people, which is going to be interesting. I just hold on, I'll show you what the event is. So it's at Monash University, and it's AI in manufacturing. Oh, that's good, they sent a map, yay. Hold on, I'll bring up the website for it. Oh my god, if I can find the email. Where is the email? Okay, here we go. So this is where I'm going. I'll put the link in here as well. Real people, yeah, real people. So it's just for the afternoon, 4:30 till 6:30, I think. And they've got some speakers and stuff, but what I wanted to do, part of this is they're doing a tour of the Monash Makerspace and the Monash Deep Neuron team display, and they've also got an automation team, like a smart manufacturing area, and they've got canapes, yay! No, anyway, and beer tasting with the Monash Brew Lab team. I didn't know that was even legal. Is that really? You go to university to learn how to brew. Anyway, how about real intelligence? Who knows? I don't know. Like, anyway, there are only about 300 real people in the world. That's why you keep meeting the same people, the most unlikely. That's actually funny to shipper. Catch you later, Dave. Have a good sleep. So anyway, John Ox is going, and Lachlan is going. I'm going to meet up with them down there. That reminds me, I need to... Wow. Before I forget, I need to put aside some boards for Lachlan. Okay, good. I need to take them with today. Anyway, look, it could be interesting. AI in manufacturing, who knows? Not really something necessarily that I'm interested in AI, and from a hardware point of view, who knows what it's going to be like. But I'm going to actually hang out with people, real people, which is going to be interesting. Yeah. That's what I'm doing this afternoon. Which means I don't know if I'm going to be shipping orders today, the initial orders today. Maybe I'll get a chance to get down to the post office today. beforehand if I leave early enough. Ping, a few more pings. Yay, a few more people. Cool, thanks everyone that's buying stuff. I really appreciate it. People, are those not artificial? Well, there are people in AI as opposed to AI people. I don't know. And it's not artificial intelligence, it's Apple intelligence. Sorry. It's all Apple intelligence. Ah, terrible. But, okay. What else? Nothing. Nothing. I have to assemble. I'm going to have to assemble a whole bunch. I've got a whole, like, 15 RGB touches sitting there. They're built. All the hardware's built. I have to solder on speakers and then assemble them together, flash them and pack them in boxes. Oh, I know what I did yesterday. It was pretty funny. I worked on the firmware, RGB Touch firmware for, I don't know, last couple of days. Thought it was all good, or it was all good. Put it on GitHub, flashed all of the units that I've made, started packing them in boxes, and then the last thing I did before I did all of that was, so with the, my USB cable. So I turn it on.
Unexpected maker, play.
So obviously it's got
Menu.
the device orientation stuff, right? And it occurred to me that when you boot it up, it didn't respect the orientation. So the logo would come upside down and the first play icon would be upside down. So I added the orientation to that, which was just a couple of lines of code. Thought it was pretty harmless. Pushed that, flashed all the devices. And then just when I was testing them, whatever, I realized that when you, like if I reset it upside down,
Unexpected
see
maker,
that works? See, it's
play.
the icon's the right way. The touch here was flipped, so when you touched here, it was showing up there, and it only did it like after you then rotated it again, it was fine. It was that just initial boot when it was the other way around, and I had to go and unpack every single unit and reflash it. It was like a 5-second fix. It's a finger with a touch thing around it. It really is not.
Menu.
It really, come on guys, don't be like that. It's a finger. You're such children, really. I did it on purpose. No. Anyway, I had to go reflash every single one of them. Like that took me like 2 hours to unpack them all, reflash them all, put it back on. Very annoying. I need to also put together a demo, like a video of how to use it. It's not a finger. It's not a tumor. You thought it was a Ferris wheel. It's a. Anyway. Yeah. Okay, anyway.
Power off. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Yeah. I did reflash them all. That's fine. It was a silly mistake. It was a one line of code to fix it. One simple line of code to fix it. I only have so many pixels to work with, right? So it's hard to when you got to be creative when you don't have that much resolution. Yes. Not the best movies. Is there a product page to go with the RGB Touch Mini? Currently only on the shop. It will be on the, yeah, I need to add it to the news page. I haven't done that yet. that's a manual thing I need to add. Of that and the OMG USB, and then there is actually a product website, RGBTouch.com. Can't talk. RGBTouch.com, but right now it just redirects to my store. I'm working on that website. I haven't had a chance to get that fleshed out yet. So that'll be going live, I don't know, next week or so, hopefully. But I will get those on the main page, but I have to do those manually. Yeah, so right now it's only the shop product page or the GitHub page. Yeah, lots to do. Like if I waited till it was all done, I'd never ship it. And I needed to ship it. That's my motto, being creative with not much resolution. Is that your motto, is it, Yaz?
PR0 engineer says the alt text on your back in stock notification image preview is wrong for your information.
What does the alt... I didn't set an alt text. What does it say? Okay, hang on. What? Puzzle Bastard 6-inch surfboard? That's not me. I didn't do that. That looks like a bug in their software. That's bizarre. What? I don't set... I'm just looking now. When empty, the original... So I haven't set an alt text. I haven't set one, so it should be blank. That's what it says on here. It gives me the option to add one. Like if I don't add one, when empty, the original alt text is used, and I've got no original alt text set. Oh, so in the translations, if the translations are empty, it uses the original, and I don't have an alt text. Like, I don't understand why it's... I'll have to email support. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, that's a bug in their software, because that... I don't even know where that would come from. Like, I'm looking now, there's no... So I'm just looking everywhere on the product page just to see. File option, attribute. No, there's no option for an alt text. No other place for an alt text other than that. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I'll contact them. Find out what's going on. Yeah. That's weird. Oh well. Yeah, I can see, like, I understand where the alt text is, but that's not coming from me anywhere. Okay, wow. Okay. I'm run out of stuff to talk about, I think. Unless anyone's got questions. Oh, I know what I need to see. Oh, I just found another bug with their system. The shipping calculation is not working. So it's not charging the right shipping. Yay, on all of my... So everyone that's bought an RGB Touch Mini, if you bought more than one anyway, there's only a few of you, you all got cheap shipping, cheaper than it should have been. Yeah, great.
Alan Madsen says congratulations on the launch of your new product.
Thanks, Alan. I have some RP2350s on the way. I don't know which chips yet. From Raspberry Pi, they're sending me some samples. But I don't know, I'm not in a super big hurry to make something with them yet, because I don't know what I'm going to make, because everyone's already made everything that needs to be made, right? I think I've got some A and Bs coming, but none of them have internal flash. They all require external flash. So, but again, like you know, I don't think a tiny format board, one of my tiny format boards, is worth it. There's already stacks of tiny RP boards out already. I got a limit of 4 per customer, but yeah, there's an I/O issue with one of the I/O banks with internal pull-ups, pull-downs, which there's some workarounds for, but it's pretty nasty. And there's also a flash encryption issue or something. Not sure exactly what the issue is. Hang on a second. Oh, good. SP3 with RP would be a nice combo. Yeah, but, well, it's already been done anyway with the 2040, and be fairly niche, a lot of work to do to get anything meaningful together for a fairly niche marketplace. So they're the type of products that don't make me any money and chew up all my time and burn me out. So, and as I said, the marketplace is already full of RP 2350 stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But I've got chips on the way. And I've been looking at other things as well, other chips, other interesting things. There's a Pico 2W coming, but it's still external Wi-Fi and stuff. But yeah, and the same with the ESP32 P4. I've got samples ordered, but I'm waiting for the Eco 2 chips. So there's the chips that are around right now that people are getting, and you know, the samples and the stuff and the things people are making product with. I don't know if Pimeroni's Pro board has all of the I/O available. It's probably one of the biggest boards at the moment. So check out Pimeroni, their Pro RP, whatever it's called. So there's actually a change in the chip between the current P4 chips that are out there now and the full production chips that are happening. And so I decided to skip the chips that are currently out now. And I'm in the queue to get samples of the proper Eco 2 production chips. There's a pin change on them, and they're not going to be drop-in compatible, the chips. So although it's not a big revision change on a PCB, it will be a change on the PCB. And so I didn't want to stuff around with making anything on the first revision samples that were going to change. And again, not in a super hurry to do anything with the ESP32 P4, because it's got some really cool things on it, but what are people really going to use it for? You know, wanting something and going, oh, you could do all these things with it, and then actually having it and doing something with it are two different things, right? We all buy hardware and stick it in our drawer. we buy hardware with good intentions and then stick it in a drawer. So, yeah. I need to find a compelling reason to build something. Yeah, the new Bus Pirate 5. It's pretty cool. The rate of new hardware coming out is just, it's insane now. And there's no point in me trying to keep up. And it's just a swamped marketplace. So I need to find something that I'm actually, that I think can add value to the, you know, a product that actually adds something to the mix of all the stuff that's out there. Otherwise it's kind of a waste. Bob. Dude, mate, we've all got them, don't worry. I've got containers of them. Like, I've got boards that I bought that are still in their packaging that have never been opened. So, they launched the 6. The what? They launched... Who launched the... What? Are you talking about the Bus Pirate 6? I thought the Bus Pirate 5 just came out. What? Yeah, that's the thing. I don't want to be making just more of... I don't want to be making more of the same of what I make. Right? I mean, you know, I did a tiny... I waited on the C6. Other people brought out C6 boards before me. And I waited on the C6 because, firstly, you couldn't develop with it when everyone else was releasing boards. I made that mistake with the S2 and originally with the S3, where the support wasn't ready and it was painful for everyone, right? But I waited on the C6, and the tiny C6 makes sense because the C6 is limited I/O and limited stuff. Like, there's no point trying to make something bigger with it because it doesn't have enough capability. The C61, if that ever ships and happens, that can do PSRAM, maybe I'll look at something else. But I might do an OMG C6. And I was actually thinking of possibly doing an OMG RP2350, the A, maybe, I don't know. Because of like the whole OMGS3 is like there's really nothing in the marketplace that's that size and feature set. But in terms of small boards, like my tiny S3, for instance, there's like, how many small form factor S3 boards are there now, right? And then there's already like 11 small form factor RP2350 boards already. So I just don't want to keep throwing more stuff into that space. Hey David, 3D toolhead boards. 3D toolhead. What do you mean 3D toolhead boards? I mean boards for like 3D printer controller things? Not sure what you mean, but that's a very niche thing, like niche as in very targeted, specific. Plenty of people playing in that space, if that's what you're talking about. I don't really have anything to contribute there. Serial toolhead driver MCU. It's not a space I know anything about, really, so I don't know what I could contribute to that. Do you have an example, like a URL? Actually, you can't paste a URL. Product name or something? Some DDP piece for sale, I think. So I heard that Raspberry Pi originally said they weren't going to do a silicon revision. You know, that they've got workarounds listed on their website for the I/O thing. And, you know, I think the argument for a lot of people is that you should be using external pull-up, pull-downs anyway, not using internal, relying on internal. And that's the issue, is using internal pull-up, pull-downs, and they get stuck. And you need to reset the Google Nighthawk. Nighthawk. They're routers. Nighthawk. Maybe I spelled it wrong. Nighthawk Cinema. Oh, here we go. Nighthawk 3D Toolhead by LDO. Yeah, that's not a space I'd get into. Like, that's a very specialized space that, you know, I don't have any equipment that I would use that on, that I would want to develop that for, to test and what, you know what I mean? Like, it's a, you know, it's like saying, you know, make a golf cart controller board. Well, I don't have any golf carts, so I don't use golf carts. Why would I make a controller board? What's USB instead of... I heard that they'd said they weren't going to when it was first. Oh right, okay, Chris. When it was first came apparent that there was an issue, I heard that they weren't going to do a silicon revision, but maybe enough people will scream that they will. They should. It's an easy issue to trip over, but yeah. You know, having to do a silicon change, like it's not like a ROM mask change or anything, like it's an actual silicon change that, like that's going to be an expensive change for them. Like I'm assuming they've already gone mass market production already on their current revision. So, you know, what do they do with all those chips? You know, they're going to have to, and what are they going to do? Are they going to have to replace everyone's chips? Like for their large, you know, OEMs and stuff. I don't know. I reckon that could be a bit of a nightmare for them. Glad it's them and not me. They either can, if you need to, don't use something that's adding jitter. It's already pretty cheap, but yeah. But who'd want to use it when they know that there's a bug? It depends. If you're building a product from it and you can avoid the bug, fine. But if you're building something that other people then use to build stuff with, like if you're making a development board or something like a Primaroni, Adafruit, you know, where their users are going to trip up on the issue, that becomes a customer support burden for Primaroni and Adafruit, right? And so, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Quindle, exactly. Just document that. But yeah, because people read those things all the time. People read, yep. Not. Yeah. Okay, well, so I got a short day today, as I said, because I'm leaving early to go to the that event. Sorry, my head is all over the place. People just put them in drawers so it doesn't matter anyway. Exactly. Yeah. Part of the not reading thing is also not knowing where to look for the content to read, right? That's something I struggle with all the time. It's like, you know, I've got a help website, knowledge-based website, that people don't necessarily find. It pops up a lot. If you Google lots of questions, my help, even unrelated to my products, my help knowledge base website like has links that appear in Google search. I link to it on my website. I link to it on my product pages. You know what I mean? And people still don't find it. So, you know, I get the challenge of getting people to see written documentation and actually read it. Thanks, Luminator. Thanks, Kevin. So yeah, I get that challenge. But some people just don't want to read. You know what I mean? Or they don't want to find the answers themselves like that. They'll ask or they'll suffer through it. But anyway, whatever. I'm going to go. I'm going to see if I can get as many of these orders out today as possible. And I'm going to have to get to the post office by lunchtime to do that. And if I don't get to ship your orders today, I'll ship them tomorrow. I promise. And yeah, thank you all for those of you that ordered. And yeah, I feel like doing a no, I'm not. I'm going. Sorry. Have a nice day. Have a nice week. I'll see you all next week. Bye, everyone. Take care. Thanks again.